Okay, so where have we got to with our little GUI project? Well, moved along a little bit. This has been really interesting and so much fun, it's unbelievable, but my god, it can try your patience at times. Anyhow, here's what we've got so far. I've managed to get a window opening. In fact, we can open another window by pressing the space bar. This is what I'm working on at the moment, which is an image box. Everything's doing what it's supposed to do except for the image appearing. It's a clickable image box. We've got clickable buttons. I've added separators, I've added labels, another clickable button on there. But at the moment I just can't get the image to draw. Everything seems to be, it's loading the correct texture, getting the size and the channels, but it's just not showing up in the image box where it's supposed to. I created a struct for it to get the information that we need out of the image. Basically loading the image the same as you do any image in an OpenGL context. Get the file path, find out I'll put this in here so as I knew what I'm using. StBI load from the STB library, fantastic library for loading images. Get the information, find out whether it's a JPEG, PNG, or just a black and white or a bitmap. Run through, set the parameters just the same as you do in any OpenGL program. Clean up the data. If you don't get the data, then tell everybody it's failed. This is the TextBox. Code's all on GitHub. I've tried to document as much of it as I possibly can, so it's easy to see what each bit's trying to do. Draw the rectangle, which is the background behind the image. The rectangle is also used for the window itself. This is the draw image part. Activate the shaders, tell it which shader we're using. We did have to change the shader at the top. Draw the rectangle, get the UVs for it. Normal OpenGL run through to get the image, and then in here this draws the image box, sets it up to the size of that you've set it up the top for. Actually, it's getting the gets the size of the image off the size of the window. Yeah, and then just draw the rectangle which is behind it, which sets a clickable area behind it, and then draw the image to it. Had to make a slight change to the shaders, just the fragment shader, not the had to set it, whereas before we were only using the use text 0. We've now had to set two other parameters on there for solid color, the alpha for the texture, and just for the RGB image part of it. And then that's simply called in the main loop, and it's simply called like that with the image set in it and the size, etc. These are the other parts that are called to draw the other windows, and yeah, it's all they're draggable windows now. If I press the space bar, we'll get the other window open up. It's clickable, so you can see it'll add, but it's not drawing the image at the moment, so I've got some more work to do to find out why it won't draw the image. I also want to start adding style to the window, so you'll be able to round the edges and do padding. At the moment you have to set physical distances between each item, whereas I want to try to set it up so it sort of goes in like a list, so each item you add has a certain amount of padding around it to be on the screen, so as it just makes it a bit more a bit easier to you know, work with. Anyhow, there's where I am at the moment. The code will be on GitHub. Thanks for watching if you did.